You wake up feeling off. Not sick exactly, just off. By the time you finish brushing your teeth, your bathroom mirror has already measured your temperature, scanned the capillaries in your eyes, and flagged something in your voice it didn't like. Before you've had coffee, an appointment exists. You didn't book it. Nobody did. The room booked itself. This is not science fiction. Every piece of this scenario is being built right now, and within 50 to 100 years, the entire idea of going to the doctor may simply stop existing. Let's start with what's already here, because the foundation matters. Today, in 2026, wearable devices are catching heart arrhythmias before patients feel a single symptom. Hospitals run remote monitoring programs where an algorithm watches your heart rate trends overnight and pings a nurse when something drifts from your personal baseline. Not a textbook baseline. Yours. These programs are already cutting hospital readmissions by double digits for heart failure patients. So the technology isn't the question. The question is what happens when you extend this 50 years forward. Picture a hospital room in the year 2080. A patient walks in with chest discomfort. Except nobody uses the word walks in because the room started working the moment she crossed the threshold. The floor measured her gait and weight distribution. The air itself sampled her breath for chemical markers. By the time she sits down, the room knows more about her cardiovascular state than a full day of testing would reveal today. Here's the part most people miss. The doctor is still there, but the job has flipped. Today, doctors spend most of their time gathering information, asking questions, ordering tests, waiting for results. In this future, the information is already gathered before the conversation begins. The doctor's job becomes something closer to a translator and a judge. What does this data actually mean for this person's life? Which treatment fits not just the disease, but the human? And treatment itself looks different. Right now, when you get a prescription, you get the same pill as 10 million other people. Same molecule, same dose, adjusted maybe for your weight. But personalized medicine is already moving past that. AI systems today are helping design treatment plans matched to a patient's genetics. Extend that trajectory, and by the end of the century, a hospital doesn't stock medicine. It prints it. A formulation built for one person, one condition, one moment in their biology. Now, the uncomfortable question. If a room can diagnose you, what happens to the hospital itself? Probably this. Hospitals shrink. Dramatically. Most of what fills a hospital today is observation and diagnostics. People waiting to be measured. When your home measures you continuously, the only reasons to physically enter a medical building are surgery, trauma, and childbirth. The hospital of 2100 might be a fraction of today's size, but far more intense. Everything inside it is intervention, nothing is waiting. And your relationship with your own health flips too. Today, health is something you check on occasionally, usually when something feels wrong. Your grandchildren may never experience that. For them, health won't be an event. It will be ambient, a quiet background process, like electricity, something you only notice on the rare day it isn't there. Of course, there's a catch, and it's worth being honest about it. A world where the air in a room can read your body is also a world where the question of who owns that information becomes enormous. The same sensors that catch your heart condition early can tell an insurance company things you never chose to share. The technology is coming either way. The rules we write for it are being decided now, in courtrooms and parliaments, by people who mostly won't live to see the world they're shaping. So, the next time you sit in a waiting room, flipping through a 2-year-old magazine, waiting 40 minutes to spend 7 with a doctor, remember that you're sitting inside a system at the very end of its life. Your checkup is a ritual from a world that's already ending. The room that diagnoses itself isn't a fantasy. It's a construction project. And it's ahead of schedule.